Okay, first up, I will be linking all these questions below, so if you want to do your own, feel free. Here we go. But as they say, opinions are like butts. Everyone's got them. You don't have to share them. Here I am sharing. Let's do it. Hey guys! Today we are going to be doing the controversial parenting tag. I saw this on one of my favorite YouTubers' channels, so I'm going to give her the credit. Myjewishmommylife. I'm obsessed with you. Hi, darling. She's conservative. I'm reformed / egalitarian, but she's so educational. Marion is the best. She does like top 10 facts about each Jewish holiday, and I love it. Love it. I am all about a holiday to begin with, but I love education and fun facts too, so very cute. I will link her down below. Please, please visit her. She is amazing. These are just my opinions. You don't have to share them, but I've really thought about them, so here we go. First one, pro-life or pro-choice. The first one is pro-life or pro-choice. I am 120,000% pro-choice. I don't believe a fetus is a baby. I also don't feel like my opinion should be imposed on anyone else's body. Why would my opinion on babies have to influence literally anyone else? Do I think being a mother is the best thing that's ever happened to me? Yes. Do I think everyone should be a mother? No. Believe me, no. 2, baby wearing. I don't understand why this is controversial. How else are you supposed to get anything done? How are you supposed to get anything done at all? Wear the baby. The baby's safe. Who cares? Ridiculous. 3, circumcision. Okay, so this one, me and my husband literally had like a huge debate over for a very long time. And our daughter is a girl. She's not getting circumcised. That's ridiculous. Personally, I have a friend who's an epidemiologist, and she says that circumcision is helpful in preventing certain diseases. That being said, I'm Jewish. It is part of our religion. It doesn't hurt them. Your penis still works. Hate to break it to you. And you feel good during sex, right? I mean, it's still fine, whatever. But the other thing is, I understand the other side of the coin. Why do it if it's not necessary? The truth is, I'm Jewish. If I have a son, he will be circumcised. Also, I know an amazing moil, and I went to this bris, and it was insane. Not a tear came out of this child. It was amazing. Like, I was super impressed. Okay, adoption. Who cares? Adopt. However you make your family is 100% your business. Actually, my husband's stepsister, I don't know how they're related. She is this amazing woman, beautiful, talented, smart, and she just adopted this beautiful baby boy, and he is gorgeous, and he's the funnest little kid, and he couldn't have a better mom, and she couldn't have a better son. Also, if kids what happens if a kid needs home and they don't have parents? Orphanages? What's the plan? Ridiculous. Baby piercing. Okay, here's the deal. I got my ears pierced in 3rd grade, and I had to beg for months and months and months. And I immediately lost an earring. I barely wear earrings now, but all I wanted in the 3rd grade was wearing earrings. So I understand the idea of piercing a baby's ears because they won't remember, and it's like circumcision. I don't think I'm going to do it for my daughter because, first of all, I am not good at maintaining jewelry. I'm not good at maintaining my own ears, let alone another human being's ears. Also, I can't sleep in earrings. It freaks me out, the thought of someone sleeping in earrings. Does that make sense? It's not for me, but if you want to do it, go right ahead. I don't care. No judgment. Breast milk versus formula. This one, I breastfed. I'm still breastfeeding. We're weaning now, but I found it easier to breastfeed. I mean, I don't have to get a bottle. I don't have to prepare milk. But if you can't breastfeed, then what are you going to do? Find someone else to do it for you? It's kind of hard to find a wet nurse these days. However your baby gets fed, that's what matters, is that they're fed. My friend couldn't nurse because of complications at birth, so she used formula, and she said it was fine, and I'm fine with it. as long as your kid is healthy, that's what really matters. Cry it out versus other. Okay, cry it out killed me. Cried out. I started crying out and then I couldn't function. I used more of a applied behavior analysis kind of way. Does that make sense? But I also was home full time and had ample opportunity to take detailed notes at all times of the night and day. And I had a background in applied behavior analysis, so to explain that to another person is very hard. I say whatever works for your family. Eventually, some form of cry it out will work, but not the cry it out method itself. Sleep is important. That's what really matters. However your kid sleeps, and sleeps for an extended period of time, is the more important part. Okay. Spanking. No spanking under any circumstances. The thought of hitting a child is insane to me. To be honest, timeout is now a little bit crazy to me. I understand the thought behind it, and now I'm hearing different research on it. And discipline in general. I think discipline shouldn't be the word we use with our children when correcting things. We should use the word education, because we are teaching them that their behavior is unnecessary or inappropriate, and what is appropriate in that situation. So no, the thought of hitting a kid is disgusting. Do not hit children. I don't know why that is even here. It's not controversial. Who's pro spanking? Is someone pro spanking? Okay, co-sleeping. I co-slept with my daughter. My husband and I co-slept. As long as you are not a drinker, then it's fine, really. I understand the American Pediatric Association does not like it, but it's a common practice used for millions of years. And again, as long as you're not drinking, I mean, you know they're there. Do you roll over on top of your husband? If you have some wacky sleep disorder, don't do it. If you're like a weird sleepwalker, not helpful. But having her there, having her close was really helpful for me, and it was helpful for breastfeeding. Homeschool versus public school versus private school versus charter schooling. Okay, so here's the deal. As a teacher, I have very, very strong opinions on this. But if you have a good public school in your area, why would you pay? I also vehemently hate charter schools for many reasons, but mostly union-based. They don't treat their teachers appropriately. They are actually very detrimental towards the disabled for the most part, and what they do is they cherry-pick students out of everything to succeed. So yeah, they look good because they pick only the smartest children, or they only pick the kids that meet their requirements. There's a charter school somewhere, I cannot, please don't quote me, that works with autistic children, but they only choose savants. So of course you want your kid to go there, but if your kid's not a savant, they're going to be bullied and harassed until they quit. There has been multiple teachers that I've worked with who started in charter schools and literally almost lost their mind before they were able to transfer to public school. And I feel like if you treat your staff, you treat your employees appropriately, it says something, versus like the clients, which is how charter schools view parents. I also don't think parents know best all the time. I think if you've been teaching for a decent... Oh my god, can you see all the junk behind me? Yeah, that's just piles of laundry. I just realized that's there. Okay, for homeschool, if you are a relatively intelligent person and you want to communicate effectively and you can't afford private schools and your public schools are disgusting, I understand the ability and need to homeschool. That being said, I find that homeschooling sometimes covers up abuse or preaches an insane religious point of view. Please don't hate me. That's just been my experience. I mean, hate me, who cares? If you are abusing your child and using the guise of homeschool to do it, that's disgusting. But I also understand public schools have their good points and bad points. Personally, we have really great public schools in our area, and we have a lot of friends in public schools, and we work in the public school system, so we know how it works. We know where to send our child and why and when. That being said, I actually have been looking at a private school for her kindergarten because they have smaller class sizes and they work on certain things more vehemently in this area versus other. I went through public school my entire life. I think I did really well, even with an undiagnosed learning disability. That's another video in itself, my learning disability and public school. So if you want to hear about that, leave a comment below. Vaccinations. Okay, vaccinations. I have to say that when I got pregnant, I looked into the anti-vax movement, and what I have seen is that it's garbage. It is all fear, all craziness, and working in special education, I know vaccines do not cause autism. That man, not a doctor, that man who said that is disgusting, and he's still making millions of dollars off of your fear, which kills me. And hello, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Would you not kill for a vaccine right now? Also, the whole measles outbreak in New York and upstate, that was insane. The thought of other people's children not being vaccinated near my child now gives me like actual hives and panic attacks. The whole point of vaccination is herd mentality. If the largest amount of people do not have the vaccine, the people without the vaccine are not covered either. And so for the children who are immunocompromised, who are in cancer treatment, a 3-year-old in cancer treatment should not have to worry about getting measles because your baby snowflake is better than them. That's ridiculous. Vaccinate your kid. Is it hard to watch her get vaccinated? 1000%. I'm in tears every time. The doctor knows this. But it's important for her and for everyone around us. Hands down, vaccinate. Okay. Medicating children. I don't know what that means. If it's for ADHD, which is what I'm thinking it is, I think I would find a school that is more catering to their needs at that time. Does that make sense? I have found through being a teacher that, and having learning disabilities, that sometimes you just need to be taught a different way. And there are specialties, especially in New York, there are specialty schools. What was that? That was my cell phone. There are specialty schools that cater to different learning types. And I think especially boys, especially in a traditional sit down, learn the facts, memorize schools, that's a lot harder on them. If you are pre-schizophrenic, if you have a behavior disorder, I think that's between you and your doctor and none of my business, and I don't have an opinion on it. What else? Here we go. Cloth versus disposable. Okay, I am a crazy green person, and I've been trying to make more and more green conversions while we're here during quarantine, which I might make a video about that, or I've made a video about that and it's linked below. I wanted to go cloth because I was home for that year for maternity leave, and my mom was like, you will lose your friggin' mind. This is your first child. Don't add more to your plate. And I understand her thought processes. That being said, there are compostable disposable diapers that I wish I had more access to. And you have to think about cloth diapers, because cloth diapers does not mean eco-friendly. Technically, there's microplastic in all diapers, reusable or not. So if you want to use disposable diapers, I mean, you're making a carbon footprint. But if you're using cloth diapers thinking that they're more eco-friendly, might I suggest a guppy bag? This is not sponsored. I will link them down below. A guppy bag catches microplastic, which is released into our water, which makes us drink about a credit card worth of plastic a year, which is disgusting. Okay, moving on. Store-bought baby food versus homemade. Okay, store-bought baby food has a bit of a problem with added sugar. That being said, if you find it without added sugar, who cares? I buy the Costco brand veggie ones, and they still are pretty high in sugar because veggies and fruit are high in sugar, and they really use the sugary fruits like mango and strawberry. But as long as she's fed, usually I just serve her what we're eating, and I did that from the time she started food for the most part. And that was just easier. So whatever's easier for you. The thing I have with store-bought food is the waste, and the squeezy pouches are not recyclable, which is gross. But recycling is a whole other that's a rabbit hole. We can't get into that. I'll have a whole video of that too, I guess. But yeah, as long as your kid eats and eats pretty healthy, that's all that matters. That was the controversial parenting tag. Check out more of my videos, and I'll see you next time.